Everybody, welcome back. So if you guys have been paying any attention to my channel and you saw the short that I did on those FMP G3 parts kits that came with the collapsible stock, wow, I can't speak, with the collapsible MKE stock that also fits the HK-G3 rifles, you'll notice that Atlantic had those for $319. I really hope you guys jumped on it if you wanted one, because it was a smoking deal for what you got. Additionally, I had stated that those kits looked a little rough, and I don't expect it to be numbers matching. If it is, hey, that's a plus, but everything I saw with the pictures on their website led me to believe that they were not numbers matching. Now, since then, they have sold out of them, and if you guys can still link to the product page, you'll notice that they've gone up in price. They went from $319 to $349. If I can put a picture in, I will. So, they say they're going to get some more in. Is it still a great deal? You guys will have to evaluate that for yourselves, but we're going to take a look at it today. We're going to see what it's going to look like, because I'm curious to see if those kits are kind of bottom of the barrel kits. Who knows? I might be pleasantly surprised. But without further ado, let's get into it. Well, that tape's kind of tore up. Let's go to this one. I have no idea what to expect. I am going to tilt this up because my packing slip is likely somewhere in here. I don't really know where. Oh, there it is. Let's get that out of here. Yep, so this is the FMP rifle parts kit with collapsible stock. $319. I told you guys at the time I thought it was a great deal. You'll just have to evaluate that for yourselves. I told you also that the rifles look pretty rough, and I do believe my prediction on that is true, but let's figure out how to get into this thing. And yes, I'm taking care with the tape because I'm going to reuse this package, or this packing, to put my kit back into it. Okay, so here's the package straight from Atlantic. FMP G3 kit. NM, I would assume non-matching. G, I would hope is good. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect here. But, you know, like I was stating before, if nothing else, it's a source of spare parts. Right off the bat, that one is marked 087. There is a way to release this little joker. I've done it before. I'll figure it out later. I don't know a lot about HKs, guys, to be honest. There is our rear sight, our rear receiver stub with bushings, with reinforcing plate, with the drum sight. Oh wow, that thing really feels frozen. I can feel it want to move. That's going to warrant some further inspection right there. Usually on these FMPs, okay, so that's 874. I don't know how well you guys can see it. 874 here, FMP 874, and there's a 374 on the bolt. So yeah, there's no doubt those were made at different times for sure. But it doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just surplus. Let's get the front receiver stub. I believe they stated that the the cocking tubes might require a little bit of work, but this cocking tube appears to be good. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. It looks good. When they demilled it, they did not get into my trunnion. Of course, they did press the barrel pin out. We'll find out shortly whether or not they included said barrel pin. And as you guys have probably noticed, on many of the kits that they have like these, they have an unbelievable amount of finish wear. Now, whether or not they're wore out, I couldn't tell you. There's our handguard. It's a little worse for wear. Still has the heat shield intact. I mean, still usable for sure. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just cosmetic. So if you really want to build like maybe a Battlefield pickup style G3, this might be the way to go. My my recoil rod spring assembly looks a little canted, but that can be fixed. It can just be simply bent back down, I think, or maybe just use it the way it is. Interestingly enough, there's a 087 here. There's a 087 here. I don't think the receivers were marked. I don't think they marked them. I don't see any markings on it. So we know these pieces go together, but you know, in terms of the bolt and the carrier, I just don't see any numbers on it. Not like my really nice one that I unboxed before. I mean, if there was, it was right here, but you know, it's all but been pretty much worn down. Maybe it was a numbers matching. I don't know. Alright, with the NM, you know, you would expect non-matching. Alright, all the small parts goodies. Of course, there. Wow. There's our flash hider, nothing to write home about, heavily worn just like many of the other parts. Well, that's interesting. They did include part of the sling attachment. Didn't expect that. If I can get the spring out of here. There's our triple tree. Heavily worn, just like all the other parts. Stock pins, handguard pin, and trigger pin, or trigger group pin. So it's got all the pins. And then in terms of your magazine release, it's got the cam, it's got the lever, it's got the push button, it's got the roll pin. So there's all your pieces for your magazine release. Front sling loop, even though it was cut off as included, you could weld it back on. That's a plus. And I think that is my barrel pin. Yes, they did include the barrel pin. I didn't expect that. So that's a plus. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. I was just making sure that my charging tube assembly, or cocking tube assembly was complete. Had a little bit of a freak out there for a second. So, you know, all in all, it's more complete than I thought it would be. So it's got all the parts. Now, whether or not this drum sight, I can get that to work, I don't know what its major malfunction is, but it does not want to turn. I can feel it want to rotate. You guys can probably hear it. You may not, but anyway, but something's going on with that. I'll have to check that out. But here, boys and girls, is one of the reasons for getting this kit. Sorry, excuse me, I have allergies. So there's the packaging for it. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It is really not playing well with the lighting, but let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like. MKE produced. Recoil spring sticking through the package. And there it is in all its glory. Brand new. Has a nice rubberized piece that's kind of riveted onto the base here. Now if I can just figure out how to operate it. Ah, there we go. Push it to the left. It locks in. It then goes to the right. Push it back. Push it in. Huh. I thought it would have locked in right there. Oh, there it is. You have to push it all the way in to lock it. So push it, pull it. Locks open, push back towards you, ram it home, it's locked back. I do like this because if you're holding a rifle out here, you can reach back here with your other free hand. You can flip that lever to the left and deploy your stock. So that's pretty cool. Just doesn't make it quite so easy to stow it. But it locks in. It works exactly how it's supposed to, and it's brand new. Now, like I said before, guys, these things alone will run you, I've not seen them any less than, I think the best I've ever seen them is like $265. I think that's a smoking deal. Or, well, I think this was a smoking deal, not at $265, no. It's cheaper than the HK ones, that's for sure, and I think they'll work just fine, my personal opinion. Does have the built-in sling loop back here, but you know, quite honestly, $319 for the kit plus the retractable stock. I mean, I think that's a great deal. You guys can knock it all you want, but that's a really good deal in my opinion. Plus, you have extra parts if you need them, extra furniture if you want to dress up another rifle, whatever. But you know, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it was a great deal. Like I said, they don't have them anymore. They are out of stock. And unfortunately, now it appears that, yes, they're going to get some more in stock, but now they're going to go up in price. So, as I always state, when surplus comes in, if you see a deal, you better jump on it. Because chances are you're not going to get it for that price again. You're not going to get it that nice again. And you may not get it again. So I'm trying to do better about making sure you guys are informed of deals like this, doing the best I can. But hopefully you guys got in on it. If you guys got a kit like this, let me know in the comment section down below how yours looked, whether or not it was numbers matching. You know, like I stated, I can't even see the numbers that used to be here on the bolt and the carrier. I mean, I might be able to clean that up, maybe. But at the end of the day, if I end up building this, you know, you're going to have to do head spacing and all that fun stuff anyway. And get all your 922R compliant parts and this, that, and the other. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to require a lot of work anyway if you end up building something like this. But, like I stated before, I think it's a great deal. If you guys are interested in one of these, make sure you go out to the website, hit the sign-up list. They're getting more in, but they're going to be at $350. You guys have to evaluate for yourselves whether or not you think that's a good deal. At $319, I think it was a great deal. $350, I don't know. But anyway, as always, guys, thank you to my subscribers. Thank you guys for all your likes, your shares, your comments. You guys greatly help out the channel more than I'll ever know because nobody understands the YouTube algorithm. And as always, you know, once again, you guys like stuff like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Until next time, you guys have a great day.